Welcome back, my fellow Chibits, to a new anime review of Tales of Zestiria, the X, Season 2, Episode 1. It's been a while. It's been a good long while since I have talked about any form of Tales series, and I'm glad to see it back. It makes me happy to know I can watch this every Sunday. So, is anyone else as excited as I am to be able to sit down and watch this show? And also, since it's especially done by Studio Photable, we know we could expect some very good animation and art in the future episodes. But getting a little bit off topic, though, I've been meaning to play the new Tales game so bad. Like, you know, the one that got the promo trailer in the middle of Tales of Zestiria, you know, the first season? I've been meaning to play that game so bad, but I decided to not play it until this Tales of Zestiria anime concludes, and then I will dive into that game. I've been wanting to play it so bad after the introduction of the main female character in that promo. I'm like, yo, she's so badass, the way that, you know, like, little mini promo episode was done. She's so epic, and I wanted to see, you know, the continuation of that. But I've kind of been pushing that to the side until Tales of Zestiria ends, for I can actually finally play that game. So yeah, I mean, I can't wait to play it. And I'm just gonna ask real quick, anyone that's played the game, is it a very good game? Is it like worth, you know, actually playing? Because I mean, many have said off and on things about this Tales series. I'm just curious, is that one very good? Does it have a good story and stuff? Because that's the main thing I look at. I mean, I want to know if it has a very, very good story. Like, I can dive into it and be like, holy shit, this is amazing. Just please let me know. Anyone that's already played that game, please let me know in the comments below. But anyways, getting back on topic, though, to this episode, Season 2 continues off right where Season 1 concludes. And it starts off with Sorey questioning his sense of justice, or what is malevolence in general. And we also get a flashback to the previous shepherd, and how this man questioned what malevolence really is. Or is it malevolent to kill someone for the greater good? And I like the direction this is going, because, I mean, that's one thing that Sorey was very much missing in the first season. A motive. Something very strong, a very big motive to want to be a shepherd. Something to make him want to drive off all this malevolence. And so to see this finally kind of being dived into, how he views it, how he's going to handle it, how malevolence could be a contradiction. And I like the example they used in this episode, especially with how, like, fire was in the middle of water and how that's a contradiction. And they're explaining how malevolence could be like this as well. It's a contradiction. I like the direction of where this is going. I don't know if this is, you know, completely following the games or not, but this is Studio Photable, so most likely they are. But, I mean, I like the direction with that. I like how Sorey is questioning stuff like this, how he's thinking about the contradiction of malevolence, and also how the previous shepherd, too, and how, you know, Sorey found out in this episode, how the previous shepherd was like, is it wrong if I kill someone for everyone else to save people? Is that a bad thing? Is the darkness in me, is that, like, malevolence? Is what I feel inside of me, is that? And he's questioning himself. He's questioning his very person, this previous shepherd, and you can see to where he says, like, what's stopping me from finally falling to malevolence as well? And I love that. I love that. That's stuff I really love about, you know, any type of character in any series, when characters are questioning their own motives, their own sense of justice. And when you see the previous shepherd doing something like that, it makes me have hopes that Sorey is going to do the exact same thing. He's going to be questioning all of his motives of what he's been doing since throughout the entirety of Season 1 and through the rest of Season 2. And so, hopes are looking high for Sorey getting some very good characterization / development in the future episodes of Season 2 of Tales of Zestiria, the X. Now, with that being said, let's dive into Rose. So, Rose's character, she has a little bit of the spotlight in this episode. It's kind of like, it focuses on Sorey for one half of the episode, and then it focuses on Rose on the other half. We know Rose has a very interesting role to play in the series, especially after the first season. We know she played a role in trying to assassinate the princess Alicia, and she eventually changed her mind and all that, and you saw to where she made friends with her, and she didn't want to kill Alicia towards the end of Season 1. But we do know she has a very darker side to her. Even though throughout the majority of this episode she's a merchant, she's selling things, she's treating people with kindness and, you know, with care, she does have a darker side to her. She has a side to where she is someone that assassinates people. She carries out these evil deeds to kill people, and it kind of correlates with what the previous shepherd said in this episode with the flashback. How the shepherd said, if I was to kill someone for the greater good, is that malevolent. And so that's kind of what that scene correlates with. What Rose was doing in this episode, it's like, is she necessarily evil for, carrying out these assassination orders and killing people? I mean, from what we found out from the record of this bishop, the guy that was leading the church, it was stated that he was collecting a lot of money. It was for the people and to help them out. But then underneath all of this, underneath the church, you had it to where there was a bunch of bodies, corpses, skeletons, everybody was dead. For instance, people that were being silenced. And they were questioning this man like, you're the one that leads all, here and all that. You make the final decision, and you're the one that's doing all of this. So they were just cutting out someone and killing someone that was, completely evil. So is Rose necessarily an evil person for doing a necessary evil? And that's the main moral of this episode. Is necessary evil something that is malevolent, or is it something that you can let slide? That is the big thing that pops up in this episode of Tales of Zestiria. Now, I'm not saying that murder is a good thing to do. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you should murder someone. I'm just saying, from a point of view, and looking at it, sometimes, is that the right thing to do? Should have Rose done something like that, or should she have went down another route with that? And so, it seems like Tales of Zestiria, the second season, is going to be diving into more of the morals of the characters and what they're trying to do. I mean, is what they're doing a good thing or a bad thing? So yeah, a very solid start of the series so far. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about Season 2? Did you enjoy the first episode of it? Did you hate the first episode? Please let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. Please be safe. Chibi out.